So Marvel and DC in this last 2 years have been trying to revamp their deities in the universes, their gods. And just because I'm into African mythology, Norse mythology, Scandinavian mythology, doesn't mean that everybody else is. So there are going to be a lot of characters that are being introduced from these mythical pantheons that people are not going to know who they are or what they're there for. I mean, we all know who Loki, Thor, Anansi, Ra is. We all know who Zeus, Hera, Hades, Hercules are. And because I'm in a master's degree to become a teacher, I know that for anybody to understand the full context of a story, you have to have background knowledge. And considering my favorite thing in fiction is the occult, I love gods, monsters, and magic. I wanted to explain to you who the Scandinavian god that's introduced in Doctor Strange of Asgard. For those of you who don't know, Doctor Strange was tricked into giving up his Sorcerer Supreme title to Doctor Doom and then was betrayed by Doctor Doom. So now Doctor Strange wants to be the Sorcerer Supreme of Asgard. Now, Asgard really hasn't had a Sorcerer Supreme before. They have what's called a Skuld, which is like a magical protector. Think Loki. You can see that Thor does want to give Doctor Strange the title of Sorcerer Supreme from Asgard, but that's really not his department. It's Hulda's department. But who is Hulda in Norse mythology? Not to be confused with like the witch monsters Huldras, who live deep in the forest and are considered like spirit witches. Nope, this is the Norse god Hulda or Freyhola, who is a Germanic goddess that has to do with winter, the cold, offering, and stories. Though she is connected to winter, she's also connected to death and the hunt. I was hoping we could flesh her character out a little bit more, but Anansi, the weaver of stories, has something different planned for good old Hulda. But anyway, as more deities are getting added to Marvel Comics and DC, I'm going to do my best to make videos of the mythology behind the characters. If that's something you're interested, like, follow, comment, maybe go to sleep now. Oh yeah.